Now that the game is out, what's I guess we should talk a bit about what are the next few days looking like for you guys at HBS, Mitch and Jordan.
Drinking and
Um,
smoking.
yeah, so there are different agendas. That's a Mitch agenda, and that will be, partaken of today.
True.
But tomorrow we'll be working on the game again, all day long, every day.
Support, baby, support.
Many things we want to do still.
Yeah. Do you have anything you want to talk about right now, or is it more of a seeing how the game runs and then reacting to what needs to be reacted to, essentially?
Yeah, exactly.
We're in analytics mode right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so, that's not what he says often, but
yeah.
So no, it's a lot of like seeing what the animal's like in the wild, and then reacting to that.
The animal being the game, not the people playing the game. I just
correct. Yes.
These freaking animals playing our game.
That's not what I said.
No, I'm just making sure
anyway,
that it's the internet. It can be misconstrued on the internet.
Thank you for making sure that was clarified. It's all about seeing how the game people react to it, where it breaks, what we need to fix. Because Parallax has been enormously helpful in our testing of the game. But there's nothing like many tens of thousands playing it to find things that we didn't. So we want to make sure that we are primed and ready to be responsive to that.
Yeah, and so even though like the journey that is BattleTech the game is far from over, can you give us a bit of a walkthrough, just looking back? Like, it's released now. When did this idea start? Like, how did we get to this point?
2011. It was 2011.
Tell the story.
Oh, sure. That's the way it started for us. I think we found Kickstarter. Our lead engineer at the time had been backing goofy shit on Kickstarter, and we started thinking about, hey, maybe we should do a Kickstarted game, and so we had the rights to Shadowrun. But what we really wanted to do, ultimately, we thought, wouldn't it be cool if we could do this and then do BattleTech? It's like, we'll never get BattleTech out of Microsoft.
Yeah, because at the time we didn't have those rights, we only had Shadowrun rights.
Yeah.
But and we went out with a small campaign, and because this was very early days when Mitch came and said we should do this, and I was like, why would anyone back us? And luckily,
and who wants to make a video game in a fishbowl?
Yeah, and luckily I was wrong. And so we ended up doing Shadowrun, and the backers were enormously generous, and we made a much bigger game than we intended. And that was a great experience. And so we've
and we did that one in 1 year.
It was
1 year.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I missed those days, because this one took us 2.5.
Yeah, it's a much this is a much bigger game. It was a much longer time and a much bigger team, and it's really open ended. I mean, you keep playing this game for forever, for at least a very long time, as opposed to especially Shadowrun Returns, which was a pretty linear, very, very narratively intense story.
Right.
But kind of 12-ish, 13-ish hours, 14-ish hours.
The first one at first was about between 12 and 15 hours.
Yeah. That's pretty different from what BattleTech is.
Yeah.
So it's kind of that's when it started.
Yeah.
Studio started growing, and we finally were able to to get a license for BattleTech. And
we got the license around the time, I think, that we did the Kickstarter for Shadowrun Hong Kong, something like that.
Yeah.
We're like, we'll do this, and then we'll go right back to Kickstarter and do it again. We're like, really? But I would say cooler heads prevailed, but clearly they did not.
No, that's not something we're known for around here. Of course, I guess that's kind of in our name.
Harebrained scheme. We call it harebrained schemes because we're idiots.
Yeah, it's not called people being calm.
No, not right now.
Doing safe things. People being calm, doing safe things. That's our next company.
People doing safe things. It's gonna be great. We're going into the parking lot business. You gotta park, right? You always gotta park.
Park safely. Do safe things. I don't know what...
Yes.
I'm because me and Carlos we're talking about this earlier when we started the stream, that we had both the misfortune of coming in yesterday and being like, hang on, we're not supposed to have colds. So we've built up this whole, okay, the stream is happening, we need to be on point. And once the button has actually been pressed, you kind of, like, all that tension you have to make sure that, you know, people are watching, people are having a good time, you kind of then melt into a puddle, and it's kind of hard to think and say smart things.
I can just die now, happily.
Please don't.
BattleTech is out. Yeah. I can go home. I wish.
Say the word Argo again.
Yeah.
One day.
Well,
so you keep that, right? You hold that close.
Let's keep it for a while, you know. Let's not overuse it.
Ben.
Now, I mean, I do think you're right, though, Anders. I mean, it's any of these kind of things are they're a large emotional journey, you know, and everybody comes into them with so much built-up anxiety and tension, and 2.5 years of just hoping that people like what we're making, and then you have that kind of cathartic event, and I guarantee every one of us is going to crash tonight, and we'll see if we stagger into the office tomorrow just from all that pent-up anxiety and energy over 2.5 years.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a cold tomorrow and not come in.
Well, lucky you. I might still be needed here, so.
I mean,
whether I work from here or from home, I will be probably doing something on BattleTech still.
That is the nice thing about being being one of the marketing producers, in that everyone else in my team are like, well, we're gonna work to like 8, 10, depending on, especially the community managers. They're going to be around if there are issues, explaining what's going on, how to solve certain things, and kind of just feedback, making sure that everyone's happy. I get to be like, well, the stream's over, I'm gonna go home and sleep now.
Oh, yes.
Because I was worried earlier today about our trailers and stuff. I don't have to be worried about that anymore.
Not anymore. No.
I spent an hour trying to remake a GIF, which I finally did. It's an Atlas shooting mech hype. I don't know. I feel like maybe to relax a bit and get to some type of normalcy. Maybe we should play a bit of BattleTech.
Absolutely,
we should.
But we should probably avoid the story campaign. So do we have a save before the story campaign?
I saved just before the mission.
Yeah.
So we can load that and just do a contract from there.
Yeah. Let's do that.
I think that's great. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So we won't be able to see what you're doing, though.
Well, you should be able to, if you can log in with the team viewer. Let's should be able to get our screen.
Find the cursor. Ah, there we go.
It's gonna do a blip and a blop, and it'll pull us out of the game. But you should be able to. You might want to wait until we've loaded in just to be safe, though.
All right.
So team viewer. Okay, got it.
Yeah. So if you can try and connect to that now, and if you do not have the password or the login, I'm sure Blondie will send it on Discord for you.
Send it in the chat here.
And we'll.
Or we can just boot up Twitch and watch it that way too. That was working.
45-second delay.
Oh, that's true.
There's a bit of a delay, unfortunately.
Yeah, you would think, having done a lot with Hyper RPG, I would know
that. Oh, okay. Yes, we can do that. So if you can Alt-Tab out, because the screen is not visible at the moment.
Right.
So that Blondie can see. Oh, the password changed. That's why. I think. This is exciting behind-the-scenes stuff. For, everyone in Twitch chat.
For everybody. Yeah.
Do you want me to put it back up, or?
Yeah, no, I need to see it for a few more seconds.
Right.
Okay. Blondie's is fast, but not that fast. So Teak110 wants to know if says 1v1 multiplayer, is that max, or do you guys think about extending? And I think there's been a lot of articles about your thoughts and stuff on the multiplayer aspect. But what's your general thought on the skirmish mode and things about that? Essentially, this is a very open question, Jordan. Since we're doing other things.
and we're going to be very closed in our answer.
Yes.
Because as we've said before, I think we're in a very reactive mode, and we want to kind of see where the audience is spending their energy, you know, with and then take that as a guideline for us to understand where we should spend our energy. So there certainly is a whole bunch of cool things that we would love to do in multiplayer, but there's also a ton of things we'd love to do in the campaign.
I think you should be able to see what we're doing, but I think you're feedbacking some audio to us. So if you can mute the team viewer, that'd be very good.
I will try to do that.
I think you might have to do it through the Windows audio mixer thing.
Okay, can you still hear me?
Yes, we can.
Can you hear us?
All right, I couldn't hear you after I clicked that.
Oh, yeah, well, that's that.
Okay.
Otherwise,
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can still hear you. So I'm just going to keep talking until you recognize that you can hear us.
Okay, I can hear you, and
Okay.
hopefully you're not getting feedback now.
Yeah, I think the audio is a lot better. Would you agree, Blondie? Yeah, he's giving a.
Awesome.
So we're
I
good to
changed my
go.
mind.
Good to go. So I guess we can jump over to our in-game screen, and we'll find ourselves a contract for Carlos to.
Yeah. Now, have you
to deal
checked? Have you been checking your stores and hiring halls and things like that as you go
We
around?
have. We might have to.
Yes, we might need to travel somewhere else, or even load an earlier save before
Yes.
I took this
Because I think-
story mission.
Yes, I think
in
you need to
case.
do a. You have the financial report, but that
It
one
was
is
still on the
already. So
way.
it's. I think it's the previous financial reports, maybe.
Let's stick with this one.
Yeah.
Should be fine.
Well,
So I saw somebody ask Black Sabbath asking in the chat a while back. A fan of Shadowrun games, wondering if this game has character creation and story. Yes, it does. It's not a RPG in a classic sense like Shadowrun, but it does indeed have a rich story, as well as a lot of player agency. Since you're managing your own mercenary company, you can chart your own course, as we are, like for instance in the contract that Carlos is loading up now. This is one that we're taking on our own accord, not part of kind of the storyline, but you have to kind of build up your resources by doing regular mercenary gigs to advance through the storyline. So it is an interesting combination, something we've really been trying to
So I think
craft
we have
kind of a hybrid between kind of a straight tactical game and one that has a richer story in it.
I think we have to go slightly further back to the liberation of the manual save previously, don't you think? Like of the liberation of Welder, because we've accepted the mission. We probably shouldn't.
Is there a limit? Somebody asks, I think it's Morgan7. Is there a limit on
Yeah, let's go.
tonnage limit on drops, or can you bring 4 100-ton mechs? So the campaign currently does not have any limits on drop weight, so you can build as heavy a lance as you want. Of course, it'll take you quite some time to build up your little mercenary company to where you have 4 assaults. You'll have invested a lot of time and energy to build a unit that big.
Yeah.
But once you do have them, yes, you can go stomping things with all 4 assault mechs.
And that was actually. Hi, Mike. By the way.
Hello, Mike.
Hey, everybody.
That was actually really interesting when we were talking to Kiva about the mercenary campaign. The fact that she was she's like. I didn't want to stop anyone from bringing the beefiest mechs they could, because that's not fun. So yes, you can. Are we here?
We're back to where we started today.
Save more often, people. Okay.
Yes.
So how quickly do you think you can deal with this mission then?
I'm not 100% sure. But that's a lot of progress loss.
Yeah. Well, it's our own damn fault.
We should have saved more often. Yes.
Yes, we should have. So, Mike, I asked Mitch and Jordan this, but I guess it's important for you too. How are you feeling?
Tired. No. No, actually, I slept all right. Excited, cautiously optimistic.
I
Feel like that's kind of where I tap out.
Yeah.
With these.
No,
But,
I'm very much the same in that cautiously optimistic is always my mode, even when you're at a point where I'm like, it's probably okay to be more optimistic. And I'm like, yeah, but we can be cautiously optimistic.
No, we're incredibly excited, and you know the energy in the team this morning is really great, and it's nice to be here.
Yeah, it's just great to have this game out.
Still,
I mean,
yeah, processing how it feels to be on the other side. I think.
well, and we know it's only.
Jordan was up at like 3 o'clock. So.
I know. I just couldn't deal with it. I was up at 3 o'clock looking at stuff. And it's only a momentary respite because we'll be right back into it later in the week.
Yeah.
Dealing with everything, but it is just great to have it out there. We've just been so excited for people to have the chance to play it, and they've been waiting a long time. Our backers who we wouldn't be here without. They've been waiting 2.5 years for this game, and enormously patient with us as we made it. So we're just excited to get into their hands.
One of the other things I wanted to ask you, Mike, since you're here, you made a tweet recently about an art book being over 400 pages.
Yeah.
How'd you manage that?
Well, it turns out our art team made as Mitch would say, a metric shit ton of art over the last 2.5 years, and we were pretty much done with the game, so I had a few days to just sort of sit and collate everything with Joel's help and the team's help to assemble sort of the definitive PDF of all that stuff. It turned out to be 454 pages. We added a few over the weekend at request. It is digital, so don't have pictures of a George R. R. Martin-sized tomb, but some trees will thank us for that.
Yeah, it really was amazing to see all that work brought together, because it's been over, like Mike said, over 2.5 years, and so we never really saw it all in one place. I mean, you see it as it goes, and it's just it was awe-inspiring to see it all put together in one place.
So those that have the digital deluxe content will be able to look at the art book. What I mean, at this point we know that essentially everything's in it, but what's in it?
Yes, everything. And in fact, one of the things we updated over the weekend is that there's a bright red full-page spoiler warning in towards the end in the last 20% of the book, because there's a gallery of all of our paintings for the story cinematics. So you can pretty much browse up to that point without encountering major spoilers. Like, you'll see some characters you may not know about, but you won't be given any story spoiler context for what you're seeing until you get to those story cinematics.
Yeah,
so don't look at those yet.
But there are sections on on mech development, on character development, on environmental development,
spaceships.
On the spaceships development. I mean, so it's really broken out on the cinematic, the opening cinema. So it really broke down all the different parts of the game, even a little bit on UI development, because that actually was a really major thing in this game. Any kind of game this information intense, that is a very large artistic
as a
endeavor.
Nice pairing, may we recommend listening to John Everest's 3+ hour soundtrack whilst browsing the art book, maybe with a nice Malbec on the side.
That's what I was doing,
the
actually.
soundtrack is amazing, and like I said, 3+ hours of music is included in the deluxe edition as well. Wow, you just plowed right through that, Karoff.
I did, yes.
It's almost like he's tested this game or something.
Almost, yes.
It's almost like you played exactly this mission about 2 hours ago.
Yeah, I had a deja vu while playing this for some reason. I don't know. But yeah, that art book is amazing, and really, since I saw it, I really wanted to congratulate you for such an amazing work. It's, when I get an art book from a game, it's like I open it, it's like, oh yeah, some art. When I open this one, I see more than 450 pages. I'm like, holy shit! And I started scrolling down. It's like, this is amazing. This is amazing. I keep scrolling. This is amazing.
It just keeps going.
And it just keeps going. I'm like, I absolutely loved it. And I did that, as you said, while listening to John Everest's soundtrack, all 60, all loaded in my playlist. Oh my god, that was so enjoyable. So thank you for giving me that experience.
Music, because you've been listening to that music for a long time now,
and I never get sick of it. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
I cannot play this game without the music. And when I see someone in the office sometimes that maybe they launch the game and they put their own music in the background on Spotify, I'm like, are you crazy? The music in this game is so good. You don't need to listen to anything else. You're breaking the mood. Yeah.
I do the same thing anytime if somebody's not playing the game full screen. I'm like, no, you got to go full screen. You got to get your headphones.
Yeah.
This guy does not play the game full screen.
Well, sometimes depends on what I have to do, but at home I play full screen.
Yeah.
Here, when I need to
You're
do
testing.
multitasking, yeah, I need to always be switching between windows. So unfortunately, I need to do it in window screen, and also it's part of testing. So.
Yeah.
I mean, it should also be mentioned, the main reason I asked Mike about this 400 plus pages art book is that normally when you make an art book, it's not freaking 400 plus pages. It's a lot of extra pages. So well done.
You could, yeah, let's go someplace else, Carlos, and then
Yeah,
see if
there's
we can
nothing
get
interesting
to
here. Before I went to Club's stand because it was manufacturing system, rich black market, and we got a nice contract from there.
Yeah, that'll be some good stores there with the black market. You should go there.
But just to avoid going into the same place that I went earlier, let's do something else.
These are all half a chat, and this is not hard enough.
Yeah,
We
this
need
is
to-
bad.
Oh, there you go.
Uninhabited. No, I don't want uninhabited areas.
Have you explained,
let's go to
Carlos,
this one.
what you're doing by when you're shopping through these planets? So
Just a little bit.
basically, he's looking through the attributes of the planets because those will tell a bit about the missions, but a lot about the kinds of stores that are available. And so you can get better stuff out of the stores that have either manufacturing or rich, have black markets, things like that. Will mean fatter stores.
And we can also see what factions are active, which might be important if you're trying to mosey up to a particular faction and want them to like you more. There's no point in going to a planet.
I don't think I've
Let's go to
ever
Leah's
traveled
memory.
to that planet before.
Haven't been here before. So let's do it.
Yeah, never been there.
Yeah.
Time to leave.
Carlos, we have a question here that I think you might be able to answer.
Right.
Does the game support 3440 by 1440 ultra wide res?
Sorry, can you repeat that again?
It's
Does
right
it support
here.
ultra wide resolutions?
I think so, yeah. Well, I'm not sure if that ultra-wide resolution... No, actually, I'm not sure if it's ultra-wide. It supports 4K for sure, but maybe not ultra-wide.
We can scale up pretty well, but we
that's
don't do extreme aspect ratios right now. 16 by 9, 16 by 10, good to go.
Yeah.
All right, so you
So unfortunately,
actually.
Behemoth is...
Not taking my coffee.
I was gonna say, yeah, it was a risky move there, taking the coffee, but it paid off.
Let's see. We have Centurion is being refitted, but still got 20 days. Unfortunate.
Yeah, I wanted to take a different option in the event than I did before.
Mm.
And it worked out. Not always.
No,
The space travel animations, I don't get tired of looking at them. I just think they're so pretty. Team did a great job on them.
They're very nice. I always want to use, whenever I do like social assets where I need to have something nice in the background. I'm very often want to be like, I want to use the space things, but I'm like, no, it's not mechy enough, but they're very pretty.
Exactly.
Carlos, did I just see you extravagantly
I
pay
went
your people?
extravagant, yes. I explained it earlier, but I like going extravagant early in the campaign while it's still not too expensive to go extravagant. And then later on, when my morale is quite high, I reduce the budget to normal and start keeping that. Yeah. That's how I usually do it.
So we got our medical expenses. Unfortunately, we do not have a black market here. So.
Luckily, we don't, because it was actually a bad move earlier.
Yeah, we got bumped out. They got bumped out a bit.
So let's buy extra supplies and boost our
Extra
medical.
supplies.
Well, this is good. We lost some money, but
Spending money like crazy.
yes,
I'm
I'm a big spender.
Yeah, I mean, our MechWarriors are not going to get
good,
hurt.
good to
gonna be
have in
fine.
case you get anybody banged up in this mission.
Yeah.
While I can afford it, I will do it. We have arrived. Right, let's visit the store, see if there's anything interesting here. We have an AC5 plus with plus 5 damage. Might be interesting.
AC LRM 15 plus and an LRM 20 plus.
plus. LRM 20 plus with one with
One
plus
damage,
1
one stability.
Rather, I think I would go for the stability in the LRMs.
And what would we put the LRMs on, or the mechs we currently have?
I'm not sure I would put it in any of the ones I currently have.
You're just like, these are nice, I want them.
I can think about. I could
Yeah.
replace the ones that I put on the Centurion. Perhaps I put on LRM 10, but I would need to remove something else. So I would rather not.
Yeah.
And I can tell that's going to take about a quarter of his funds.
Yeah, and it's a lot of money as well. So I don't think it's worth purchasing anything here. SRM 6 plus 2 damage. This might be quite
That's
nice actually. I might actually go for this. I'm considering it.
Yeah, they're a little high on heat, but they do a really good job.
Yes, and with this plus 2 damage on each missile, it's probably worth it. It's 60 damage every time I shoot them. So let's go ahead and buy them. Let's see if we can refit any of our mechs with this. We have the Shadowhawk with LRM 5 and SRM 2. Maybe we can replace something there.
Yep.
Remember, you might want to do that after. Depends. You're gonna,
After
you're
the
not gonna have
mission,
this guy
yes.
available for combat if you do that. Swap now.
Yes.
He's got
It
plenty of
depends.
money
It
for
depends. It depends on also how long it would take to do it.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
So let me check. SRM 6. I have 1 ton left, and since we don't have, we don't require LRM ammo anymore. Yeah, we can do this. We can even add another jump jet.
Yeah. A little more mobility, always a good thing on a Shadowhawk.
And a little bit more armor, perhaps. So.
Armor. What kind of player are you?
A cautious one,
I'm a
apparently.
cautious one. Yes.
Okay, so we've
This will do.
refitted.
And I will move the AC5 ammo to the arm. I don't like to keep it together with. And oh my god, this SRM ammo here is so dangerous. So I'm actually going to
You've suffered
shuffle.
ammo explosions, have you? I can tell.
I have, and I don't like them in the center torso especially. So this will take 15 days. That's not great.
No.
But you
Then-
know,
then-
let's
then
we take
again-
risks. Let's do this.
Then again,
and
we
let's
don't
wait here.
necessarily need to use the Shadowhawk.
We don't
Go
need
into
to.
the
No.
mission without him. Yeah. That's okay.
We have the
have-
Centurion now,
yeah.
so we
Yeah.
can do that. Right. Let's see what we have in this system. But yeah, my finances are.
Yeah, you need some money.
I need some money now. So let's see. Beefed up security. I can get the most money out of this one. It's polar, so I don't have to really worry about heat too much.
Nope.
No. Yeah, that's good.
Let's go for this.
And I'm gonna do the one thing I did before because of my flu. So I'm gonna go outside and sneeze for a bit. This is gonna be fun for me.
Have fun.
Be right back.
Well, enjoy.
Right. So we have Behemoth back. I'm going to replace that, and let's give Behemoth a Centurion. And let's go in.
And off we go.
Oh my god, I really want to get some sleep.
Okay, you're really talking to the wrong guys.
Yeah.
About that end. That's,
You guys just woke up,
we're
didn't
not
you?
going to get a sympathetic audience here.
Yeah, my god, I need to go home and, rest, suffer this cold, and let it pass.
Well, fortunately, the game is out now, so we can all rest a little bit more than we did previously.
Oh, that's how that works.
Well, it does for me.
Yeah, no, it's hopefully here too. We'll see how launch day goes.
Right.
All right.
We need
that's
to defend the
Merrick
base
Tanner.
now.
You got. Looks like you got a bogey on the screen right away.
We need to survive for 10 rounds. So obviously I don't want them to get too close to the base.
Nope.
So I'm going to go out a little bit and prevent them from getting too close. So let's see. I think for now I can still just sprint. Behemoth, I might actually make the most out of a jump and brace here. Also, I cover more distance than with sprinting, so good way to go. The Vindicator might actually get a good sniping position from here.
We
Yeah,
we have a
some
question
height.
here about the lore and the MechWarriors specifically. Or sorry, the mechs that we start with in the campaign. So the question is, can you guys answer if the Blackjack was chosen due to lore, or was it just a random balance pick on your parts?
For the starting mech?
Yeah.
It just seemed like a good choice. It was a nice medium mech to start the player with in the tutorial, and yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
it's
fine.
the other thing. It kind of provided a little bit some constraints for design, for customizing, so we didn't like throw the player completely in the deep end where you had 1,000 choices to choose from, but we gave him a little bit of ability for flexibility.
There is a locust gathering here for some reason.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey guys, should we attack the base or what? And
They seem to be huddling.
Or
Yes.
yeah,
they
yeah,
don't
They're-
expect
they're-
us.
they're-
So
they're
you know what?
involved in
Let's
no
get a precision strike and do as much damage as we can possibly. Well, not on this
Ooh,
one.
all right. Well, right for it.
so
Actually, nah, it's not even worth
I
it.
have to ask. Yeah, I was gonna ask you about precision striking this early because I never dare to go below 51.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get rid of one
Yeah,
of them.
I tend to keep my precision strikes until I see kind of like what the bigger guys on the field are.
Yeah.
Just in case.
I mean, you could also just do that.
Thing is, this looks
But-
totally like a trap. It's like okay, 3 locusts here out in the open. I really don't trust them.
Maybe someone just wants to give you a new locust.
I definitely wouldn't be surprised if there's another lance on the way in here.
Yes. I am going to.
Carlos, you've really been playing our games for a while. If you're suspicious of that says something.
Well, every mission is slightly different, so well, we got rid of one of them. Hopefully, they were not dummies and there are actual people in there.
Nicely done.
Let's see. Since we have sight, we can get. We're not within reach for the PPC. Let's see if we get a bit closer. Yeah, let's do that.
I just love that voice
there's
line.
Yes.
I see a question in the chat there about difficulty modes. One of the things that's kind of unique in the structure of the campaign is that as you're choosing contracts, each of them have their own difficulty level. So you kind of already have a pretty good control of what the
Another
difficulty
locust
is as you're playing through it. You can be taking, lighter ones or challenging yourself with heavier contracts as you go throughout it. So it's interesting because it's within the fictional context and the game mechanic that does provide some level of difficulty moderation.
So I really don't trust. I really don't trust anyone here. So I'm actually going to stay back. Maybe let's cover the side here with Medusa. Just to spot. I don't know if there are reinforcements at some point. I want to really cover as much ground as possible.
Yeah, cKnoor, who designs a lot of these, is he's a tricky guy. Yeah, it's like doesn't mind faking you out, taking you one direction, then swatting you from the other side. He certainly has done that many times.
Right, let's reserve and well, a brace locust. Not my best target, but there's not really anything else.
Very suspicious.
It's very suspicious, and I really don't want to get too far away from the base. So let's just fire.
Well,
He knows you're there.
Right.
yeah.
I hear ya.
Let's go up here, see if we can. No, we didn't get a good shot from the PPC. Let's just go here.
Coordinates received.
I'm hearing the audio
Yeah, there's
double.
a- yeah, there's.
I love the kind of Christmas winter wonderland that you can stomp around in mechs and blow crap up in. I mean, this nothing says holiday like that.
That goes somewhere. But
Exactly.
so this locust is taking a fair bit of damage.
Yeah, I'm just going to go with the AC2, so at least I will
Yep.
put on in heat.
Just,
Bracing is important.
Yes. Yeah, evasion and bracing are really important tools.
Yes. You know, I don't want to do anything with the spider so far. Let's just move it so we get a little bit of evasion.
Oh,
Let's
it's
brace
like,
again. And then we can go back in the next turn probably if we need to.
Someone's really worried that their mech's gonna go.
Oh. Yeah.
Whoa.
That's
Now, who would've
tricky.
thought about- Who would have
Surprise.
Who would have thought that this was bait? And now it's coming this way, right?
That's a ballsy locust.
My
you
biggest
didn't- you
concern
didn't
is that
fall
my
for it,
Centurion
Thomas.
is
You didn't-
so
you didn't
far
let all your
away.
forces get sucked up over on the map there, so these guys came up behind you.
Yes, let's reserve.
I'm sure the spider will have no problem taking care of those. Reinforcements.
It'll be fine.
I trust Medusa. Oh,
That's.
we have an additional surprise on the side.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
Yeah.
that's not where those landed.
Nope.
Nope. But maybe
They
there
can come
was
across.
another land.
The nice thing about mechs is they can, walk.
Waiting for order.
Right, let's jump up here, get some shots with the Vindicator. Hopefully they're not bracing. Oh, I will not get a good shot here. Let's see with precision strike. I will get a 65% chance with PPC. Might be worth it. Let's try to take off the center torso right away.
Okay.
On this commando.
Oh.
Well,
Nope.
not as good as expected. No.
Where did you actually hit it?
I have no idea. Okay.
That's not
Right
very.
torso. There we
Well,
go.
okay, so it's got some lasers in it, but it's not the most exciting place.
Yeah.
It's decently exciting actually.
Let's.
Uh,
No, this is not even worth it. I don't care about this locust for now. Let's see. Yeah, no, I'm not even going to do anything here. So let's just go back. Start getting a good defensive position.
A way to mute. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do this for now.
so let's. Where am I? Oh, I'm sorry, everyone. I kind of spaced out for a few seconds. I went to sneeze and then I came back and I'm like, what's actually going on? So, for some reason, I find it very relaxing when Carlos is playing because I can kind of be like, this is going to be competently played, but I don't have to worry too much about it, and then I can just add.
He gets in a good
I
flow state.
I would
Yeah.
remove the very part of that. Just maybe slightly competent, but not very competent. Probably.
Dude, I mean, so I will.
That's a bad shot.
I mean, the game has been out for 45 minutes, so your let's say your expertise, because there are more people playing now, might be slightly lower. But like about an hour ago, you were one of the best BattleTech players in the world.
Yeah.
Like,
I was
where-
hopefully in the top 50.
Yeah, don't ever forget where you came from, Carlos.
Oh,
Spain.
No, the top of the BattleTech skill.
Right, let's reserve Medusa again. Why is the door open, by the way?
No, we have some people leaving Twitch chat because they've got the game unlocked and they're gonna go play, and I'm like,
enjoy the game.
yeah,
Yes, please enjoy.
That's okay.
I'm sad to see you go, but
the last 2.5 years.
I accept the reason for leaving us.
People running in the corridors. Everything's fine. Right, we took a shot to the head with in my mech in Executioner, my blackjack. That's not good. He's going to be off for a while.
Carlos,
see.
they're hitting your base.
Yes, they are. It's not looking great. Let's see if we can do some.
You have to ensure all
Oh my
buildings
God.
survive, Carlos.
Fire starter, how wonderful.
Yeah, it seems like our echo's gone up a bit, but we're looking into it.
It's a bit I cannot get really a shot at the back here. But
We'll see how well this goes. Yeah, so this actually Hemixu points out something that I guess we haven't talked about. They're saying I'm picking my mech colors. Now, since it's such a nice topic, do you guys have how do you dress your Mercenary Company? What colors do you guys fly?
Full pink.
Full pink.
that's a good choice.
I go red.
Yeah, actually, I'm in the red camp too, just because I typically use the call sign Crimson. You know, out of kind of affection for another of my games, and so I tend to go heavy red on color schemes.
Nice. I usually use the default. So when you choose a career in your character creation, it chooses the emblem and colors for your company, and I made those, so I tend to use them.
I also I want to point out, because it has been pointed out, and some people have noticed it in Twitch streams and such. I very much enjoy the fact that the customization screen has an atlas with colors, with color bottles, and that the MechWarrior screen has a character sheet on a monitor that looks very similar to another type of character sheet. And lastly,
squeeze the references in where we can.
And
the Mech character sheet is on the Mech data sheet is in the Mech lab.
Mech Bay,
yeah. Next to Yang. I mean, those are really nice touches.
And there's also there seems to be some type of pod that you can install later on that improves MechWarriors and their skill, which also looks similar to a thing that I've seen.
Some sort of virtual reality training experience.
Some type of virtual, and all of those I feel like are really neat. But those are also the ones I've seen people point out.
Oh, there you go. That was a nice hit.
Nice.
It's just
Still alive though.
It's very satisfying when you just get a whole row going like bop, 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 bop.
Destroy, ammo explosion. Yes, it's so satisfying. But it's more satisfying when that takes out the mech, and it didn't. Sadly. You know what? Let's do some death from above on this locust.
I think it's about time.
Sure. What could ever go wrong with death?
Exactly.
From above? Yeah.
Let's see if the laser does a good job. Ah, not enough.
Close, but no cigar.
Yeah. It turned out that a large portion of the crew here at Paradox that are handling the release, except me, Carlos, and Blondie in the booth, have gone out and had cigars.
Yes, we arranged that because we wanted to make sure that that you were all cigar chomping, as we will be later today as well. This is another Midge tradition, which has something to do with not wanting to live a long time or something. I don't know.
Right, let's try to take out the tank.
Okay.
I'm just enjoying watching you guys play.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna.
That should. Come on.
Ooh,
It took down some structure, so he must be.
I mean, you should
just
play better.
I know. I should.
It would help people be more impressed with the game.
Just they're attacking me from everywhere.
Well, I mean,
Get strong buildings. We're fine.
ensure all buildings survive.
No. Fire starter, you need to go to the buildings. Don't come to my log. Don't. What did you do?
Your greatest benefit, Carlos, is that there's a lot of buildings, so they're spreading their damage out.
Yes. Right. Let's see. I can probably still do the same thing I did last turn. Let's see. 33. Yeah, I think this should hopefully do it. So I'm going to. Oh my god, but it's only 60% chance. Well, let's hope for the best. And if not, we can finish it off with a different one. And let's try to finish off this silly locust. And then we can just focus in the other flank.
Oh, 18.
No.
That's not
Missed
good
the other
enough.
shot. Well, that's life. Die? Not yet.
Nothing is dying.
Oh
Now might
god.
be a good time to use your.
That's one
precision
resilient
dot
locust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your meter's up to full.
That's
Yes.
a pretty beat up locust, though.
It looks so sad.
That looks like he's right out of The Walking Dead. I mean,
Yeah.
if ever there was a zombie mech, that was it.
Let's see. Maybe we can get. can get a good shot. Well,
Up high.
let's take at least 2 of these guys.
Okay.
So, wait, this commando, this has to die now.
Yeah, exactly.
So my lasers are going for that one, and the rest is going for this locust. Oh my god, it's only 45% chance to hit that.
All right.
one.
No,
Might be
no,
getting
that's
ready.
on
Might be
your.
ready to take
It's on A.
focus on
Yeah, I
one.
cannot reach it,
Using
so
its
it's fine.
precision fire.
And let's see. Well, we can do the AC5 on this one.
Oh, you're trying to get everybody. No, I don't know
Yeah,
about
let's give it a
that.
shot. It's not likely at all, but if I take 1 or 2, I'll be happy.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Okay, that's
All
one.
right, there's
That's
one.
that's
One
all right.
down. That was impressive.
Come on.
Looking
That's
good.
2.
Oh, 2
Double
down.
kill
Oh my
achievement
God.
unlocked.
This is gonna be a hat
Double
trick.
kill achievement.
That's
Oh man, that was close.
Oh, maybe?
That was close.
Almost.
Oh, yeah.
all right. I stand corrected. That was very impressive.
I really need to cover this flank better though. Oh my god, thank god that AC5 didn't hit.
Good to go.
Right.
Yeah, step on him.
I will. The thing is, should I actually step on? Can I get a shot on any other? No, I cannot. So let's just step on this locust. No. That was almost a mistake. There we go.
There we
Okay.
go.
And just in case. There we go. Ah, but it's a miss.
Little insult to injury there.
Yeah. Right, and I really need to rush to the other side. At
Yeah,
least my blackjack is fairly close to it. Right,
I
let's.
think you turned the corner with that one round of combat. I think,
Yeah.
See what
So Medusa.
I think the
What-
tide of war is now
Whoa.
in your favor.
Yeah, what do you...
But you still got a bunch of guys over here to mess with.
Trying to think what would be the best move here. Let's stomp this guy. I
Is
don't want to
that-
go into that area, but I also want to expose my back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, right, this one. There we go. More or less.
Yeah, so you got rid of one of them.
Never gets old.
Nope, it really doesn't.
Any turn. Let's see who.
Best thing to do with vehicles, just go step on them.
Yep.
The worst is when they're far enough away and you're like, all I want to do is go step on this thing, but I can't run that far, or rather I can only run that far with like a light mech, and I don't want to put the light mech in amongst a bunch of other vehicles that's just gonna kill it. You're like, well, I guess I
Yes,
have to
especially since
I don't get.
especially as you get later in the game, you start encountering vehicles that have a hell of a lot of firepower.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really get a good shot on anyone here.
No, and you're also very you're running quite hot.
Yes, but
But
I can
okay if
only-
you're only using the AC2. Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Let's use them. I really want to get to Firestarter parts here and finish
Mm-hmm.
my Firestarter, so I will try to use some targeted shot. This
Well,
guy.
your morale is full, so you should.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have
definitely.
you have a. I'm not. I was gonna say decent, but you have a chance.
Absolutely. If I can get my mechs close enough. Let's go
In
into the base
In
here.
Arctic climates, the Firestarter don't scare me as much, but pretty much any other environment I run into a Firestarter, it's like it must die first.
Well, you would get scared of my Firestarter configuration because the one I have in my personal campaign is actually just
He's got but
full of lasers. It's absolutely full of lasers. So you think, oh my god, it's a Firestarter. It's only going to bring me some heat. Nope, mine will not.
it's just gonna laser things up.
Running experiments. They're so far away from everything. They're playing very defensive. So let's get rid of that other tank here.
Let's see if you can. Oh.
Oh my god, that was very unfortunate.
That was.
You We are actually. I think you'll timing wise. by the time you finish this mission, our time here will be done.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Yes, it's finally.
Oh,
Ouch! Ouch! Ouch!
That's hot.
That hurts.
Ooh, 40 feet and jumped it. 40 heat. Ah, all right.
Right, let's check on Medusa. Well, actually, the damage is not in the most worrying
No, it's not so bad.
areas.
Yeah.
Right, let's see if we can get closer and get a good shot on anyone. The fire starter. I don't think I can get a good shot from the back. No, I cannot get a good shot at all from here. Let's see.
Okay, so
Are we out of time?
well, what I
Almost.
mean, let's just.
Let's
I
finish
mean,
mission?
the people that have work to do is in the sense that we get to go home. It's Mike and
yes.
Jordan that have office hours left, but we're almost out of time. And before we go, I just want to say, in case you miss it, the game is out. You can download it. You can play it right now. Mike and Jordan, thank you so much for just coming by, even though we had some technical difficulties getting you in there. And last but not least, hopefully most of you do not have any support issues, but if you do, feel free to contact our support. They are standing by to help you either on Steam or on Paradox Plaza, or you know, wherever you bought the game. Let's just see if Carlos can.
I don't think I'll be able to finish the mission in time.
It's looking good for you, though.
Yeah, I think.
Why are you being this pessimistic?
Well,
It's
all my mechs are just too far away, so I cannot really do much.
it's,
But
Thank you guys. We're gonna go eat some celebratory breakfast.
you
Yeah.
should.
Wonderful.
And we will be tuning in all day.
All right.
So,
and we'll
Yeah.
get some
Yes.
dinner.
Good.
Yes. I guess this is actually a good time for us to stop as well. Of course, those of you that love watching our Twitch stream, let it be known that we're not streaming on Thursday, and then Monday we're actually off because Tuesday is a public holiday in Sweden. But then, of course, we will be back again. But as I said, the game is live right now. If you haven't, go play it. You don't have to watch us anymore. But thank you guys so much for watching. Bye for now.
Enjoy, guys. Bye bye.